Welcome to another episode of From the Stage, recorded at the Syracuse Funnybone. This week we sit down with Syracuse-born Steve Rogers to talk about his upcoming show. That's this Friday at 7:30. Go to syracuse.funnybone.com for tickets and info. Enjoy the show. Hello, Syracuse, and welcome to Live from the Stage here at the Syracuse Funnybone. My name is Brian, and I'm shared here with my co-host, Heathen.
What's up?
Happy to be here with you guys, and today in studio and remotely, we have the one, the only, the very funny, very charismatic, and very born in Syracuse comedian, Steve Rogers. Hey!
Hey! Hi, guys. Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good. I wanted to describe you as am I right? Very born in Syracuse.
Very born in Syracuse. The entire birth took place in Syracuse, so it works
You
out.
didn't cross over into
You were
Binghamton.
accurate.
Got it. Now, Steve, real quick, before we go into the shows that we're going to have here with you this weekend, which is this Friday, the 20th, the 7:30 show, I know you a little bit, but for the folks who don't know, born here in Syracuse, grew up in Syracuse, or are we like Baldwinsville, like all that jazz?
Liverpool, but
Okay.
Fellow Liverpool.
no one ever knows Liverpool. They immediately go to England in their mind, so it's like I just always say Syracuse.
Oh, right. Now, because you're from Liverpool, when the UK soccer team is just randomly on, is that the team that you root for? Could you feel like a camaraderie to that team?
I do silently think, hey, let's go with Liverpool, but my girlfriend is a bigger soccer fan, so it's really whatever team she's yelling at that I'm like, yeah, them. They're good. They're so good.
Oh man. Oh well, I'm gonna cross off all the sports questions I have because you seem like a fanatic.
I like
we
it,
just don't have
but
time to go down the road.
I don't understand how people have the energy to be stressed out about another thing. I can't. I watch sports and I'll enjoy it, but to get the emotional investment is I don't have enough left to I can't do it.
So yeah, coming up as a comic in Syracuse, how was it? Was it like?
It was fun. I liked it because the community was small. Like there was probably maybe 12 comedians that were like constantly doing it in Syracuse, and I made a lot of my friends starting out. Met a lot of people that headlined and toured that lived in Syracuse or from Syracuse, and then I started at the Syracuse Funnybone, so I got to see tons of headliners, which was really fun, and got to learn how to not be bad by seeing people that did it way longer. And but the only hard part was there was only one mic in Syracuse at the time at Funkin' Waffles, the one that no longer exists. And so you would only get up on Wednesdays if you weren't working the club. So you had to get good enough to host the club for the weekend to get 7 spots a week. And even then, you couldn't regularly host the club. You could only do it once in a while. So that you could only get 7 spots in a week, maybe once a month. So it was hard. So I would drive to Albany, Binghamton, Rochester, and Buffalo pretty much every week and go to their mics and get up more. But it was fun. I liked it. It was a good place to start, in my opinion.
I know it's nice for us to be back doing shows in real rooms. When we were doing the Zoom shows and stuff like that, that became hard. And this does feel like a flashback to those days of when we were doing, and you having the mic. That's so professional of when we were doing those Zoom shows. People were like, I was doing them, and they're like, it's not running through your mic. I'm like, I know, but I need it right here because I don't feel like a real comic.
I even have a stand that I hold when it's like Nobody even sees it, but I take it out of the stand and I put it to the side, and like I'm on
That's
stage. It's
fantastic. I
and
just
if I'm
want you to
bombing, I start
lean
leaning on it.
Yeah,
Like a
exactly.
mental switch. It's like, all right, I'm on now.
You have no pants on, but you want the professionalism of a comic
Yeah.
who's like, oh man.
Oh yeah.
Has anyone noticed how different yogurt's getting these days? I remember it was just one. Now you got strawberry, blueberry. Anyway, we're getting crazy.
Hold on, I gotta scrap my my yogurt bit I was gonna work on.
You know what? That's my bad. We talked about that before. You said don't go.
Don't you know that's my hot pocket?
It's a hot topic issue right now, yogurt.
Official sponsor of this episode is the A Loft here at the Inner Harbor at Syracuse. When you come see any show at the Funnybone, be sure to stay at the A Loft after the show. A hotel with plenty of amenities, pool, bar, and a great place to be, the A Loft.
Energy. Is there
Yeah.
anything that, like, when you get into a room, you go, this is going to be a good room because X?
That's a great question.
For me, it's a mechanical bull. When I see a drunk mom in her 50s whipping around on a plastic bull, I know tonight's gonna be good.
Yep.
I think we both have done this club. I know exactly what place you're talking about, but
We'll go. We'll bring Josh.
Please do.
Uh,
Yeah.
Great.
I like that's a really good question. I like a small room at times. I mean, low ceiling is kind of overlooked. It's so funny how I mean, a lot of places they can't do it because maybe they're like that's the space they were able to rent. You know, there's so many reasons. But if you can get a spot that's a low ceiling and everyone's like tight, that's great.
Now wait, you were Syracuse. Did you started doing stand up here in Syracuse? Did you go to college?
No,
When
I
you were
knew I
there?
wanted to be a comedian, so I didn't go. And
I mean, you look like you run all the clubs of a liberal arts college. How did you not go? I mean that in the
Because
best way.
I take it. I'm too dumb to know if it was an insult, but I
Because you didn't go to college.
thank you.
Yeah.
I need you next to me
No, I
on
did
Friday.
wait, out of the three of us, I did 1 year of college, so technically I'm the smartest one on this call right now.
That's right. Wait,
I get to pledge Sigma Alpha Epsilon in Oswego. I didn't even go to school there. So
wow. He's too cool for school, and he literally is cool enough to get into a fraternity without going.
Yeah,
That's pretty great.
Steve, that was nice of you to say. You can see that he really needed that, and I really
Yeah.
appreciate that you went
Hey,
along with
I know which host needs more love than the other. I can tell.
thank you.
I've been on enough podcasts to know what the self-esteem levels are of
Who's
both
happy
hosts.
to be there and who's hurting? Comic, you started here in Syracuse.
Yeah.
That's great. And the folks will be at the show one more time, Friday the 21st at 7:30. Go online for tickets now. And then you give me littlest brother vibes. How many siblings? we
I'm
got
the
here?
youngest, but I'm youngest and I'm only. I've got half siblings. I'm the only child of my parents.
There are so many pictures of you in your parents' house, aren't there?
There are. If you want to see the Steve Rogers Museum, I will give you
The Marvel movies had a lot of pictures of him.
There, Captain America has less screen time than I do. If you go by my parents' home videos and all that stuff.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Oh, boy.
And I got to tell you, I walk in and I see all those photos of myself, and I'm like, why is this guy such a big deal?
I've seen his work. It's good, but very cool. Switching gears, you said you have a great girlfriend. She played soccer and all that stuff. Is this a girlfriend that you're living with? How long's the relationship been going?
She and I live together. We've been together 4+ years, and we are actually engaged.
Hey,
But
congrats.
thank you very much. She doesn't like.
How did she propose?
She she proposed. She yeah, she put me on the jumbotron at the soccer game, and it was great. I got hit with a ball, and then I opened the ball, and there was a ring in it. And recently, her and I were flying somewhere, and there was some issue with the flight, and I went over to the desk to talk to them about fixing whatever issue it was. And whenever it's something where I want something, I'm like, hey, maybe if I throw fiance in there, I'll get it. And I go, my fiance and I, and the woman behind the desk went, oh, fiance. And I'm like, I'm never saying it again. never doing it again.
Wait, no. Let's play out this scenario. We're at the airport right now.
Yeah.
Josh and I are. Something has gone terribly wrong with your flight, and please try to sell your case of how you want us to help you, and drop in fiance. Anyway, so
Okay.
I was saying to.
Excuse me,
hi.
guys.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. Look. I hate to be. I don't want to be a burden here, but we're having some issues with my fiance and I are having issues with our flights.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mine died last week. Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, mine is alive and well, and she wants to have a good flight. So if we can. She didn't die on an airplane, did she? Because we like
Sir, good point. Well, right this way. Welcome to Spirit. For those viewers who are watching and are going to be coming this Friday, the 21st at 7:30 to see the show here at the Funny Bone here in Syracuse, we don't recommend you use the word fiance because we have all just learned together that
if you say fiance, the tickets are actually extra. So just say.
True. Actually, this is a perfect segue. If you use promo code Insider, the tickets are $1. But if you use fiance, they're $47.
Yeah, please say fiance.
Please say fiance. God, I wish we could change it so fiance was the promo code. That's fantastic. And then one last thing before we jump off with you, and thanks again for having us. We're gonna do a quick one more time. This Friday, the 21st, at 7:30, come and see Steve Rogers here at the Syracuse Funnybone at Destiny Mall. Use promo code Insider for $1 tickets. It's going to be a great show. Come check it out. And when you come and stay here, stay at the Loft Hotel. You're coming from Binghamton. You're coming from Rochester. You come from somewhere else. Don't drive home after you do the show. Go down the street. Stay at the very nice hotel. Your date's going to think you're a swanky person. So enjoy, make it a weekend, and then you can hang out with Steve at Hyde's on the next
That's
day.
right. Yes.
What are like two things that you feel like this is what a husband's got to do?
Oh, that's
This
a
is what
great question.
This is what he's got to be. Because you got to be thinking about this. I think you're qualified. I think you're good. But if you were giving someone advice, two things to be a good husband.
What you want doesn't matter.
You're gonna do real well.
Yeah, she recently wanted a new bookcase, and she started sending me pictures of bookcases, and I can't write back. I don't care, so I have to have opinions on bookcases.
Yeah,
that's here's the thing. Here's being in a relationship. You are assigned missions, but you will never be told you have a mission. So all of a sudden I'm in it, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting bookcases. I got to like bookcases. And you run out of things. So I was like, oh, this hold books too. That's good. That looks like a good one. So
you're Ethan Hunt in the bookcase Impossible.
Yes.
Except nobody at the beginning said, if you choose to accept this mission.
Exactly.
You just look around and you go, I think I'm in a mission.
Yes, and the message doesn't self-destruct, but she will if you don't do what she says.
Oh, God. Well, perfect. Yep, I think that's the best advice you could give anybody about being a husband. Is that, but that's kind of a cool way of putting it. Like, hey, man, you're in these missions, and you get to be Tom
Well, you got to make
Cruise.
it fun for yourself, you know?
Exactly.
I got to let my inner child out, you know?
Oh, God, that's too funny. I'm going to go home and tell my wife that. I'm going to say, honey, don't worry, I got this. It's like Mission Impossible. She's like, whatever you need to hear.
Yeah, when I take the trash out, I actually get helicoptered in to the dump, and then I drop it in.
And
All
when
right,
you
that was
come
done.
down to do the dishes, you just swoop and then like right above the sink.
Yeah.
I want to use the song so bad, but we don't have license to it.
That's crazy. You don't have that on your first episode.
I know. We're working on it. We reached out to Tom, but he said we haven't heard back yet. I mean, we did, but it was like Scientology this, Scientology that. You know.
Syracuse angle didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't help.
Yeah,
at
he's
all.
from there,
Syracuse
isn't he?
angle worked here, so
It did work here because we got a Syracuse boy coming back home, Steve Rogers, Friday the 21st at 7:30. We're obviously the whole episode we've been running your social at the bottom, but where can the people find you so that they can get tickets besides the Funnybone website here at Syracuse?
StephenRogersComedy.com. Please follow me on Instagram, Stephen Rogers Comedy, and check out my special Before He Was Super. I'm not doing those jokes at this weekend, so it's different jokes. It'll be fun.
That's the epitome of a working comic. Is you're like, hey, come see this. I promise when you see me. New
Yep.
stuff. Yeah. Awesome. All right, well, Steve, we had such a great time with you. And you guys can see Steve once again this Friday, the 21st at 7:30 here at the Syracuse Funnybone at the Destiny Mall. We will see you then.